kings and queens. Welcome to my blog channel called Sit, Seek, Soak, and Subscribe. On this channel, I share stories of my life experiences along with some helpful information, tips, and tools to help you to get through this journey called life. Feel free to listen in, learn, and be inspired to live your best life and becoming free with me. Let's go. Let's get started. So today's topic is a good pinch one. Yes, get rid of that complaining bug. Yes, there is nothing more awful than having a wheel that squeaks all the time. After all, you would need to replace it at some point in time to get rid of the noise. No, I'm not talking about you should be replaced. I'm talking about replacing that complaining behavior. Do you know that complaining can affect our relationships with the people that is in our life that's most important to us? Do you know they can become weary and soon we will end up being alienated from the ones that we love? I too, yes, me, MT, struggle with complaining at several stages of my life. The best way I can explain this situation is it was like a story that I read in a book one time when you had two people that woke up in the morning. One person woke up and said, "Good morning, Lord." But me, I was the person that woke up and said, "Good Lord, it's morning." Yes, I was the one that was always taking life as a surprise, not prepared for what's the journey holds. Let's face it, okay? Facts is facts. Let's tell the truth. Everybody complains, believe it or not. Everybody complains. Ask Eeyore on Winnie the Pooh. Or what about Charlie Brown? Womp, womp, womp. Everyone at some point in our lives was confronted with a difficult situation where complaining was sometimes the only thing to do at that moment. But the point of the matter is this, that yes, everybody complains, but everybody doesn't complain all the time. Yes, you can be addicted to sorrow and trouble. You can be addicted to complaining. But listen, don't allow the trauma moments of your life to hold you hostage from the big picture. Is complaining all bad? Is complaining the main issue? No. See, complaining is only unhealthy when it's counterproductive. In other words, when it's pointless, when it's meaningless, it has no purpose. When you have that urge to complain, think of it as this. Does it have a solution to why you're complaining? Are you just venting to vent? It was like this. Complaining is not all bad. There's like a story in the Bible. Yes, the good old book. That talk about the 5 daughters of Zelophehad. Yes, he died. This man in the Bible, he didn't have no sons, okay? And the ladies didn't get married. They didn't have no brothers. And once the father died, they had nothing, okay? So the land that the father had, nobody was there. He didn't have a son to inherit it. He didn't have sons-in-law, nobody. So yes, they complained. They went before Moses and they complained. And they said, wait, I believe that we should have the rights to an inheritance because my father didn't left us with no brother. We didn't get a chance to get married. And so it's our father's land. Moses took it to God and God agreed and said, yes, give them the land. So see, sometimes when you complain, you got to think, is your complaining has purpose? Do it come with a solution or it's just you venting? Okay, so yes, it's okay to receive sympathy, but don't make it an issue. Don't make complaining your plaque. Don't make the issue your plaque that you have on the wall. Okay? Make it like this. Dust accumulate over time, the more it sit, okay? But after a while, you got to clean it out. You got to get rid of it, or it's going to start causing you health problems, okay, with your respiratory. So holding on to the issues too long will suffocate you. Complaining can keep you in a situation longer than you really want to be there, okay? Now, with all the stressors that we go through in our daily lives, it is hard to not complain, okay? Who cannot complain in today's society, since almost everybody is having some kind of negative impact from this COVID-19? And on top of that, we have financial pressures. We have limited outlet to have physical and social lives, and even stressors of being able to homeschool our children for the upcoming school year, 2020 to 21 school year. Question is, how do we cope with our daily lives? How do we cope with stress? When you are annoyed, what is the first thing you do? These are the questions that we need to answer so that complaining would not surface. That little bug won't surface. Now tell the truth. People would deal with drama all day and even sipping good old tea with that girlfriend who know it all about everybody else's business except her business. But people would avoid a constant complainer. They will avoid them like the plague. Why? Sometimes it's not the why or the what, it's the who you complaining to. If people know you as a chronic complainer, they are less to hear you out. They're less likely to hear you out, okay? If you complain to the same people over and over all the time, they're less likely to want to hear you, okay? Once again, let me remind you that everyone complains, but not everyone complains all the time. Okay? Now, quick facts. Do you know that complaining can affect your physical health and mental health? Do you know that all the extra cortisol released by frequent complaining impairs your immune system and makes you more susceptible to high cholesterol, diabetes, heart disease, and obesity? I know this. It even makes the brain more vulnerable to strokes. Didn't you know that? And didn't you know chronic complainers are people who complain for so long that now the grooves in your brain has been adjusted to complaining as your default behavior? I call it your go-to reaction for everything. And did you also know that when we were born, we as children was very optimistic? We were born to be optimistic. And so studies reported that children laugh over 100 times a day, but most adults less than 5. Can you believe that? We laugh less than 5 times a day, while kids laugh over 100 times a day. Wow. We need to start laughing, okay? So being positive allows you to handle stressful situations better, which reduces the harmful death effects of your health or stress on the body. This was spoken by a therapist named Kimberly Henderson. Okay, she was a New York-based therapist. And so she told this to the Bustle Publisher media company who interviewed her, that yes, that being positive helps you to handle stress. And so positive thinking doesn't mean that you ignore life stresses. No, that doesn't mean that when you go through something, you ignore it and say, I ain't going through that. I'm not trying to get stressful. No, again, everybody have things in life that they go through that stresses them out. It's just your approach. It's the approach to dealing with the hardship is a productive way. Okay? In other words, stresses are a part of life, but how you handle a stressor is important in being effectively, efficiently, and successfully able to conquer the struggles of life. And so, the more you complain, the less you will obtain. Small things affect small minds. Okay? Small things affect small minds. So don't sweat the small stuff. Kings and queens, don't sweat it. Let it go. So to close out, I have some tips to help you get rid of that complaining bug. I have 8 tips I want to go over with you. First tip, laugh. Laugh. Do you know there are health benefits in laughing? Do you know that laughing not only gives you health benefits, but they're beneficial for you physically, mentally, and socially? Yes, let me help you out. So first, for physical health benefits, when it comes to laughing, it boosts your immune system, it lowers stress hormones, decreases pain, relaxes your muscle, and it prevents heart issues, people. So for those out there, we don't want to get no health problems and have heart issues because we don't laugh. Come on. And so it also gives us mental health benefits. What does it do? It adds joy and zest to our life, eases anxiety and tension, relieves stress, improves mood, and strengthens resilience. So when you look at yourself and say, why am I so moody today? Why I just feel this way? Why just 1 minute I'm happy, next minute I'm not? Why minute I'm up and I'm down? Because you need to laugh some more. Go watch the movie Friday and laugh at Craig and Smokey. And then it also has some social benefits. It strengthens relationships. It attracts others to us, not repels. Complaining repels. Laughing attracts others to us. It enhances teamwork. It helps diffuse conflict, and it promotes group bonding. We want to group with others, okay? So we want to build that relationship. A lot of times when we're on our jobs, you're more likely to work with a person that is more joyful and laughing and more friendly than someone who want to be a negative Nancy in her corner and just don't want to be with anybody. Nancy, if you're out there, I'm sorry, honey. I don't mean to call you a negative Nancy. For now, you're going to be positive Nancy. And so, that's number 1. Number 2, replace complaint with gratitude. Romans 8:28. All things work together for those who love God and that are called according to his purpose. So for those out there who know God and know how much he loves us and how, his son died for us, that we may have another life, the good health and abundance. So we have enough to be grateful for. And just by you being alive alone, you should be grateful. Okay? We should be grateful just alone to have our breath. With everything that is going on in this life, we need to find moments to laugh. Okay? So choose to replace your complaining with gratitude. Try to find, if you have one thing to complain about, try to find 5 things that you can be grateful for. Okay? To counteract that one thing that you can complain about. Number 3, fast from using your words against yourself and anyone else, okay? And then while you're fasting to tame your tongue, I want you to pay attention to how much you complain about things that's not relevant, valid, or essential for your life, okay? So we need to fast. We need to fast from negative speaking. When I said negative speaking, anything that you can say to hurt yourself or somebody else, we need to tame the tongue, okay? Fast the tongue, okay? Go on a tongue fast. Like the book that I read about, 30 Ways to Taming the Tongue. You got to go on a tongue fast. That's one of the things that it told me to do, okay? A book by Deborah Smith, Pegasus, is a really good book. You want that book, okay? So yes, you have to fast, okay? Fast the tongue. Put the tongue on a fast. Number 4, the author John Mason said it best. Learn to live life as an exclamation and not an explanation. Sorry, I got tongue-tied. So yeah, you don't want to live your life always trying to explain and prove to people something or getting frustrated. No, live in the moment, live free, live like, oh my gosh, like this is what it is. I'm prepared for greatness. Something comes your way, okay, it happened. Make it a statement, an exclamation. Okay, life happens. Turn that around. Where people say, okay, I'm not explaining. Life happens. Okay? Then, number 5, learn to let things go. Oh, this is a tough one. How you perceive things is everything. Okay? If it is not benefiting your well-being, let it go. If it's not serving you, let it go. If it's not helping you, let it go. If it's keeping you down, let it go. And I think for us, we're so hard, especially as women, and we be in high emotions and we feel in some type of way. It's hard to let things go. But what you got to do, let it go. Say it again with me. Let it go. Say it again with me. Let it go. And then number 6, this is a big one, y'all. Social media can be an awesome tool, but again, social media can be very toxic. Yes, social media can be toxic, it can be counterproductive, and it can waste a lot of time. So do not use social media as a venting tool, okay? Do not use social media as a venting tool. This is something that I have to personally learn, because when I was going through the distresses of my life, the first thing I wanted to do is social media. Who wants to know that? You're telling everybody that don't even know you, most people that don't even know you, how frustrated and how crazy things is going on with your life because you're using it as a venting tool. No, don't ever use Snapchat, Facebook, IG, as Instagram, Twitter as a venting tool. Use it to be productive, not counterproductive. Okay? And then, how about number 7? Number 7 says, a complaint that is valid can only be resolved by the one who has the ability to change the situation. Change who you complain to. You keep rehearsing the issue to the same person, and the listener will tune you out. They're going to become weary, and they're just going to start tuning you out. Okay? And I found this again by Deborah. In her book, she was saying that you have to tune people out. All right? And a lot of us, when you tune someone out, when you tune something out in your life, it's because it's been there for so long, to the point where it keeps going, saying the same thing over and over and doing the same thing, that you become like, I don't want to hear it anymore. So we don't want to be that where people tune us out because we constantly complain. No, we have to go to the one that can change it. If it's something that is an issue and you keep complaining about it, and the person that can fix the situation, if you go and apologize to that person, okay, apologize. Or if you know that it's a situation where it's like somebody's giving you suggestions and say, okay, this is what I think you should do with this situation because it's not going good. Let me tell you to do. And so you're getting the information, but instead of getting the information and applying it and doing what you need to do, you end up making excuses and saying, yeah, but this is what's going on. Now, I hear you, but see, you don't want to do that. Okay? Because if you're going to the person and you're going to them for answers, not all the time with venting, but when you vent, do it have a purpose? Do you want solution? Do you want help? Or you just venting to get something off your chest? Okay? Because again, after a while, people is going to tune you out. Alright? And the last one. If you are too hung up on complaining all the time, you're going to miss the opportunities to give and receive love. Who wants to be around somebody that complains all the time? Again, we complain. Everybody complains, but not all the time. So you're going to miss out on those opportunities for the people that really loves you and care about you and want to show you love and give you love. You're going to miss those opportunities if we don't get rid of that complaining bug. Yes. So now that I've given you some tips, and now I have openly told you, yes, I struggle with complaining. Complaining was my friend. Complaining was my teddy bear. Complaining was my pillow. Crying was my thing. Ranting was my thing. Venting was my thing. But I had to grow up. I had to mature and say, look, it's time to grow up. It's time to get rid of all of that. It's time to let go of the complaining. Okay? And so, I really hope that you enjoyed this topic as we cut back the feels and all of the different things of complaining. And this is what I want you to do. I want you to share in the comments of the first time you noticed that you were complaining about something or someone that didn't even make sense. Okay, why you was complaining. Instead of letting it go, you was just complaining. I want you to comment on a situation where you was complaining about something or someone instead of letting it go. And while you was complaining, you noticed it didn't even make sense to complain about that situation. Okay, comment about that. Also, for some of those people that you got this thing down pat where you know complaining no longer rules your life, I want you to also put in the comments some things that can help us heal together. For us who maybe need some more push and a little more help in conquering this thing called complaining. Put in the comments some things that you did to help you break free of complaining. And so I want to thank you. Thank you, my lovelies. Thank you, everybody, for taking the time to view my channel. And I hope that something was said to encourage you to not give up. You got this. You got this. See, I had my issues with complaining. That complaining old bug was on my neck. But you can do it too. You can conquer this too. Go ahead. Hit the like button and subscribe if you have enjoyed this content and you would like to hear more about my upcoming topics like, ouch, I need structure. Or, is there such a thing as church hurt? Or, knowing when you're needed, for assistance, or you're needing just to want attention. You don't want to miss out, okay? You don't want to miss out. So once again, thank you so much, guys, for chiming in into my new channel. I hope you love it. I hope the content was amazing for you, and I hope that it was something that you can take in your own life and evaluate yourself and be better, do better, grow better, mature better. And once again, when life happens, remember to sit in truth, seek expecting an answer, soak in true love, and submit to MT's Vlog channel. Until next time, my lovelies, love you and mean it. Smooches. Bye, honey.